Hello everyone, this is Pippin Williamson. In this quick video, I want to give you a rundown of how a simple widget like this one works. In this case, we're making a widget that will display post based off of the author ID that we provided. So you can actually see the widget here. We can see Pippin's post, and it's the last 4 posts that I have published. And if we look in the admin, here's our widget right here. It just accepts a title. You can choose an author and then the number of posts to show. This is a basic version of the premium version of this plugin that I just released, which can be seen right here. It's the Post by Author Widget Pro, which has a lot more features. But anyway, so I wanted to go ahead and show you how to make the simple version of it. So I'm not going to explain the code in detail. I'm just going to kind of explain the way that it works. So here's the plugin right here. And the first thing that we have is we have our wrapper class. And this is the class that's actually going to register the whole widget and set it up. And inside of this class, we are going to have each of the functions that sets up a particular portion of our widget. So then the first one that we have is the constructor function, which is what defines the widget name, which you can see right here, post by author widget, and then also the description, list post by a specific author. The next thing that we have is the widget function, which you can see right here. And this is the one that's actually going to set up the HTML for our widget. These right here are all of the options that are being saved through this form right here. And then here is all of the HTML. So you can see we're setting it up in an unordered list class, and then all we're doing is a simple query right here, just a simple get post query, and then we're specifying the author ID for it. So that's nothing too advanced. It's just a simple get post query. And then also notice up here that we're taking the author name, which is stored in this variable, and getting the author ID, which you can see right here using the get user data by login function. So that's going to output all of our HTML. Then we have another function right here called the update function, which is going to take 2 variables, the new instance and the old instance, and it's basically going to set the old instance to the new instance, basically, and it's going to return the values that are saved through our form, which you can see in the next function right here. And this is nothing special except for a couple normal HTML input fields. You can see we have a text input field here, a select field here, and then another input field here, which you can see echoed right here. And all that we're doing is basically giving each one of them their own unique field ID and also field name. And this is what actually allows us to store these values for this individual widget. So we have the title, the author, and the number of posts that we want to show. And that's it for the widget function. Next is simply the add action, which actually goes in and registers our widget and makes it available to WordPress. If you're not familiar with how to write a WordPress widget, I've actually given you a link at the top of the page that goes through and explains each of these functions. That's not really the purpose of this tutorial. This one is really just to show how you would write one to show posts by a specific author. And the important parts is the getting the author login. So here we are passing the login. We've got a list of all the users, and then we're going to take that username and we're going to get the user ID using the get user data by login, and then we're going to pass it over here to the author parameter. If we scroll down to the bottom, we can actually see a function that I've written called get authors that goes into the database and retrieves all of the authors and then stores their user logins into an array. We also have an optional option to grab all of the emails instead of the logins, but in this case I wanted the logins. And this is the function that we're actually using in the select field right here to display each of the authors. So you can see I've got the function right here, authors equal get authors, and then for each of the authors that is returned, we're going to show an option for it. So you can see each of the authors on this site, Pippin, Mordock, and Jimbo. So that's pretty simple. And that's pretty much it. You can take this, you can expand on it as I've done with the Pro version, which has a lot more options, as you'll see if you go check it out. It's pretty cool. It's a great thing to know in terms of how to write a widget, because this gives you a whole lot more options of other things that you can do. I hope you like it. If you're a member, you have a free download for this complete plugin. Have a great day.